Hi bros, last days I receiving so many messages how to make Escoot more stable. So at first we have to find the problem to find the answer. Here you can see three different scooters with different suspension system. On the right side we've got Lauti ES19 with swing arm system and standard shocks with springs. There is no any oil in the shock, so this is the simplest one. We've got the same shock on the front and on the back. At the middle is my favorite Lauti Ti30. This time on the front we've got fork filled with oil, which got slower rebound, but on the back we've got the same shock like on ES19, so spring without any oil in the shock. On the left side we've got Extron X30, which is actually copy of Dualtron, pretty nice copy. And this time we've got swing arm system but with elastomer, so we don't have any spring or the shock. Actually the shock is elastomer. So now the question is, which one is most stable and why? And the winner is Extron X30, but I think no surprise over here because it has two elastomers, one on the front, one on the back. Elastomer is some kind of rubber which goes slower rebound compared to spring, which is just spring. So in this case Extron is the most stable Scoot over here because it has slower rebound, and this is the thing. So even if you are going 50 or 60 over some hard off-road, this Scoot is super stable, it's sticking to the ground like crazy. But it has so many other issues, that's why it's not my favorite. But Ti30 is my favorite. On the front we've got fork filled with oil with slower rebound, and again, thanks to the slower rebound, this Scoot is crazy stable. Even if you've got on the back standard shock with spring without any oil and slower rebound, then I noticed that in all those Scoots with small wheels, the most important is front fork or shock, and in this case this one is doing decent job because I never felt that this Scoot is behaving unstable. The same I could say about Boyueda, because Boyueda got the same frame, the same front fork and is the same stable. Even Pablo been using Boyueda for over 1 year and he's saying that Boyueda for him was the most stable Scoot he used. Of course X30 is crazy, but this one cost like $2,000, this one cost like $1,400, and this one got 30% bigger battery pack and no problems out of the box. That's why Ti30 is my favorite. And at the end we've got Lauti ES19, but now I am pretty sure bros, you know why ES19 is at the end of my list, why is the most unstable Scoot over here. Of course it has string damper, which is helping a little bit, but it will not help much because the problem is still there. We still got two standard shocks with the springs. Shocks are not filled with oil, so there is no slower rebound. We cannot control rebound, so the spring behave like a spring. Rebound is super fast. So even if you will change the tires, even if you will change the frame, if you will add second string damper, then the Scoot will be still unstable. The same about ES18, ES18P, Yanobike Ti30 or other Scoot with the same swing arm system. But if you would like to make this Scoot or any other Scoot with swing arm system crazy stable, like Extron X30, just change the shock. The cheapest one which you can find in China will be brand called Kind Shock. It costs like around $100, which is really not expensive. Expensive shocks are like Rock Shocks, Manitou, which costs over $400. Kind Shock, it's possible that it will survive more than one season, but who knows. The biggest problem about all those shocks is that you have to find two important factors. The first one is the spring. It has to be around 2500 lbs, or the best one will be 3000 lbs, but it's really hard to find those values of the spring. And it has to have good length. Usually in Escoots we can find 135 mm, but it's like no way to find shock at that length with rebound adjustment, so I would try MTBs. In MTBs we've got 125 mm. Of course it's a little bit shorter, so deck will be closer to the ground, but the tires shouldn't touch mud guards. I tested and it was almost perfect. Also we've got longer ones like 150 mm, but I think at that point the deck will be a little bit high to ground, frame will lose geometry, so the Escoot could be unstable. I think 125 will be best way to go. But yeah, just buy some shocks with slower rebound, which are filled with oil. It will fix all the issues. Last time I did that kind of mod, I changed the shock in my Boyueda. Actually, I overheat the motor and I burn the Hall sensors because Escoot was so crazy stable. It stick to the ground like crazy. If you would like to make this Escoot like level up, just change the shocks. It will just give you so much joy because you will not be afraid that you will crash on the next corner or if you will go in fast. So this is the answer for all your questions because I'm receiving so many of those. Just change the shocks and it should fix all the problems. Of course, there could be other factors like your tire could be like too wide or it will be not round, it will be more like square, then also the Escoot will be unstable. But the most important factor is the shock. The shock will make scooter unstable if there is no any oil, if there is no rebound adjustment. If you have any questions, bros, just leave it in the comment section. I will back to you and try to help. Soon I think I will change the shock on my Ti30 because I'm pretty curious how this beast will work with better shock. And actually front fork got some bleeding, so as you can see now on the picture. Yep, there is huge oil leakage from the gaskets. Actually, Banggood is pretty decent shop, believe me. There are shops which don't have any support. On Banggood we can find spare parts. As you can see now, I got spare parts for my Ti30, so I ordered those two front forks and it should fix all the problems. I could change just gaskets, but it could be pretty hard, I think, to spare ones in short time. So in my case, I decided just to order new front fork. So yeah, Ti30 is my favorite. We have spare parts, we've got huge community around this. Escoot is not very expensive, big battery, and believe me or not, after 1 year, you know I'm using the Escoot pretty hard, pretty rough. I've got only one problem, leakage from the front fork. Are you serious? This is the best stuff for the money. Come on, bro, faster! Faster, yeah, something like this. Oh, wait for me! Shit! Pablo is a little bit crazy! Shit! Bang, 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 bang!